weeks. We hope you find the information presented useful. So I've got a few slides to go through with you today as part of this presentation, but the bulk of the hour is going to be spent me showing you some live workflows with review and commenting using Acrobat and Reader 9. Now, if you have any questions as I go through the presentation, please do post those into the chat Q&A pod on the left-hand side. And we have the wonderful Laurie DeFurio and Donna Baker joining me to help answer those questions. So the first thing I want to talk about is what are the different ways that we can conduct reviews with Acrobat. And there are actually a number of different ways, and this is going to form the agenda for the next hour or so. So the commenting tools in Acrobat, and I'm sure many of you are already familiar with that, have been available actually since Acrobat 3. And at that time, yes, you could add sticky notes and some other couple of basic commenting tools, but the review methodology was all around email. And you just essentially emailed the files or posted them to a network server or something like that. Then with Acrobat 7, the email-based routing, if you like, was taken to the next level. And there were email-based reviews, but there was tracking involved so that you could see who was actually been invited to review on that document. In addition, Acrobat 7 introduced the ability to enable those who only had the free reader to participate in the review. Acrobat 8 took it to the next level and introduced something called shared reviews. This was no longer dependent on PDF files with comments or just the comments themselves being emailed back and forth. This allowed comments to be stored in a central location somewhere, as well as providing that tracking capability. And then with Acrobat 9, we have all of those capabilities, but one of the hot new areas that's been getting a lot of interest is around page view sharing, the ability to literally control the view that someone has of the particular PDF document as you are reviewing it. Now, I'm going to be focusing on the two middle areas right here for the bulk of this particular seminar. If we have some time, I may have an opportunity to go into a little bit more depth on page view sharing. However, we've actually already had seminars on this topic with acrobat.com, and you can find some videos that show you that if you've not tried it out yourself. Now, there actually are a couple of other different methodologies that have been introduced over the years. In Acrobat 5, browser-based reviews were introduced. This was actually the first version that introduced this concept of the comments that are added to PDF files being stored in a central location for others to then view. But it was tied to the web browser. You had to view the PDF in there, and it required everybody to have Acrobat. At the same time, an API was introduced for collaboration with Acrobat, and it allowed developers to be able to have their own custom review types that may be tied into their document management system, for example. These are still available, I should say, not aren't, but are still available in Acrobat 9 today. However, you don't see these in the user interface itself. What you'll see are shared reviews and email-based reviews. Those are the focus now for this release. So let's take a look at email-based reviews first and what's needed from both the initiator and also the participant, because I'm going to be playing both roles today. So what do they need? Well, obviously for email-based reviews, the initiator and the participant will need access to an email account. They can get to that email account however they wish. Now, if you're initiating a review from Acrobat 9 using the standard version, your participants need to have Acrobat 6 or higher. However, if you are initiating the review with Acrobat 9 Pro or Pro Extended, you can have, your participants can have both Reader 7 and higher as well as Acrobat 6, as it applies that reader enablement, which I'll talk about later. Now, the thing about email-based review